Good morning, students. Today we will discuss our next chapter, that is gravitation. What do you mean by gravitation? Or under this chapter, we will do the headings gravitational force or gravity, Newton's universal law of gravitation, properties of gravitational force, universal gravitational constant, Kepler's law, free fall, acceleration due to gravity, equations of vertical motion, mass and weight, thrust and pressure, pressure in fluids and buoyancy, Archimedes principle, principle of flotation, density and relative density. These topics are not included in the syllabus in this year. First, we will discuss what do you mean by gravitational force or gravity. Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force known as gravitation. But out of those objects, if one object is Earth, then that gravitational force of Earth is known as gravity. That is known as gravity. Or you can say that if any object which is attracted towards Earth with a force, that force is known as force of gravity. And what do you mean by gravitational force? Gravitational force or gravitation is a broader term which includes gravity. Gravity is the part of gravitational force. A force is necessary to produce motion in a body. A body dropped from a height falls towards the earth. It indicates that the earth exerts a force of attraction which is known as gravity. And earth attracts every object towards its center. The force with which the earth pulls the object towards it is called the gravitational force of the earth, and or you can say that gravity. Gravity and gravitation both are different terms, but gravitation also includes gravity. Gravity is the gravitational force of earth. The gravitational force between the sun and the earth keeps the earth in uniform circular motion around the sun. And the gravitational force of earth is responsible for holding the atmosphere above the earth, for the rain falling to the earth, for flow of water in the rivers, for keeping us firmly on the earth, for the revolution of moon around the earth, etc. As you all know that gravitation also causes tides in the sea. Tides are very high during full moon and new moon day. That is also due to gravitation of earth and moon. Everybody knows that Sir Isaac Newton, a great scientist, has discovered the law of gravitation when he was sitting under an apple tree. He thought that why apple fell down, instead it can goes up. Then he discovered this law of gravitation and the force of gravitation of earth, that is gravity. So what does this law states? Newton's universal law of gravitation states that every body in the universe attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. The direction of the force is along the line joining the center of the two bodies. Let the two bodies A and B of masses m1 and m2 are placed at a distance of r from each other. Let F be the force of attraction between the bodies, or you can say that F is force of gravitation. then according to the law of gravitation, the force is directly proportional to product of their masses, that is m1 into m2, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. F is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. What do you mean by directly proportional? If you increase the mass of m1 and m2, then force will also increase. And what is the meaning of inversely proportional? As you will increase the distance between the forces, between the masses, then the force will decrease. And if you decrease the distance, then the force will increase. F is equal to G m1 m2 upon r square. Because we have removed the sign of proportionality and converts it into the equals, then we will introduce a constant, that is G, and here that constant is known as universal gravitational constant. Properties of gravitational force. Gravitational force is the weakest force in nature. It is an attractive force. It is a mutual force because both the body exerts the force of attraction on each other. It is a central force. It is mass and distance dependent. It obeys inverse square law. It is a long range force. It decreases as the distance increases, and it increases as the distance decreases. It does not depend upon the medium between the interacting bodies. There is no gravitational shielding.